Hey guys, it's Kugli again with another video, and this time I've got a product which I bought for myself to aid me with my editing workload and all that, which on my laptop. I do my editing on my laptop, and whenever I edit, whenever I encode, whenever I do color correction, it gets hell of a lot hot, and it has really crossed 100 degrees Celsius, and I can certify that that's a little bit too hot for any PC. So I bought myself a cooler, and not any cooler, as in you find with a pad and all that. No, I bought this one, which is a quiet laptop vacuum cooler, which is quite amazing if you think about it. I mean, it just adds another fan to your existing cooler, and it's supposed to keep everything functioning again. So yeah, that is the thing which you get here. I really wish to use this and see if it makes any difference at all. So let's get started. So guys, now this is going to be an unboxing and a quick review of how it is, because it's a cooler, okay? And the only thing which you need to be concerned about is if it even works. Spoiler alert, it works, but to what degree? For that you might have to stick to the end of the video. Let's get started with the box now. First of all, what you get, it is a Tarkan branded. Now Tarkan is a new brand, I believe. There are a lot of things which they make, including phone cases, including stuff like this. Case protectors, all of that is also available. My friends have bought Tarkan branded phone cases, the same which I have on my phone, which is this one. Same thing Tarkan makes, so that's also available with them. So yeah, let's get to the box, what all are available. Now I bought this for 700 rupees, so right now the MRP is shown as 999, which is quite a lot in my opinion, but it's not. It's only 700 rupees, and I think that's a value for money and all that. So yeah, so these are the specs for it. Now the product size is 110 by 76 by 38, so that's a respectable size. Fan size is a 6025. I'm not entirely sure how much that is. I believe that should be 60 mm, because that's a small product, that's a small size. The weight is 163 kilograms, not a kilogram, and that makes it pretty light to carry around with it. And that was one of my other reasons for getting something like this, because it's easier to carry around, and I only carry around and edit on my laptop when I'm away from home, and so that makes a lot of sense to me. The fan speed is controllable from 2000 to 4100 RPM. Now I don't have any means to check how much the correct RPM is, but I am going to say that there is a controllable valve or a knob there which you can customize. The voltage is 5 volts, so it will run off of a USB connection of your laptop. That is pretty amazing. The rated current is 4.4 plus or minus 10% voltage, and the output power is 2 watts. So that is what it is. Now it is a black colored one, and the model number is TKCP03. So that is the cooler 03. Now if you look at the back, these are all the stuff which you get with this. Now there is a silicone cover, that is this one, which will help you to keep your fan as closely sucked up to the fan exhaust of your laptop. So that does work out. Here is a fan regulator knob, which is this one. There is a cool light. They say it's cool. That is subjective. There is a silencing tube, which I personally do not use. I don't really feel that the fan noise in here is too obnoxious, but honestly that's because I have been using my desktop with really high speed fans, so that is there. Also it has a brand logo of Tarkan and all that, and these are the stuff. Also it comes with this pad, which is a base plate, I believe, which is going to help you connect it to your laptop permanently. I'm not using that because I don't want to connect it permanently. I only want to do this when I'm editing on the laptop. So that is it. Apart from that, there isn't much information about it. It is ROHC CE compliant, so that might be important to you, but I'm not entirely sure if it is even correct. But hey, that's just there. So that is it with the box. Now let's get started on what all we get. Again, I have already mentioned what all we get, but still I want to show you guys. Now here is the base plate, which is a normal base plate, it does have a non-slip surface here so that it won't be going anywhere. It does have a double-sided tape here which is going to help you connect it to your laptop, the base of your laptop, and this thing will stick out all the time. So I'm not using it, but if you are using your laptop as your primary device or a primary editing station, you might want to use that. There is some documentation on how to use this. It's pretty simple, nothing special here. Just plug the suction cup. There are 3 suction cups of course, and you can customize that. And there is how you install your tube, that is the silencing tube. You do have that. Also how your laptop, how the silencer or how the fan is supposed to be mounted. So this is going to work best for the side exhaust laptops which are out there. Mine is a Y510P, and it does have a side exhaust. There are other laptops which are thicker, which have an rear exhaust. It can also work, but the rear exhaust laptops which I've seen has a much better cooling solution than the ones which I have. So it might be a wash if your cooler is going to work perfectly or not. So that is there. Now it also comes with a few extra non-slip feet for your cooler if you want to have that. So this is double-sided tape and you can use that. There is the silencing tube, which is also important, I believe. You can get that done. Nothing special here, so I'm not going to get too much into that. I'm not using this because I don't find the sound to be extra obnoxious or anything like that. Now here are the tips, that is the silicone suction tips for your device, so for your laptop. So depending on the size and thickness of your laptop exhaust vent, you might have to use whatever is convenient to you. So that is how this is going to work out. You can orient this as like this or like this. It just depends on how you want it to be set up. So that's going to be pretty straightforward. I'm using this one because this is the largest one, and I do have quite a large vent. And you have the power cable, which is this one, which is 5-volt DC input to a USB 2.0 connection. So that's going to be powered off of your laptop directly, or if you have a USB hub, that does work out pretty well also. But if you have one of the cheapo USB hubs, that's going to make the cooling performance suffer, because I have used that, and it does cause a little bit of issues when you have your fan at maximum. And finally we have the big kahuna, which is the cooler itself. Now for the size of it, I feel that this is quite heavy, but that's just something which I feel, and that's just what I think. Here are the vent, which is, now this one does have a centrifugal type of a fan, so it's not a fan directly blowing. It is a vane type fan inside. I'm not entirely sure if you can even see that, but it is a vane type fan. I'm trying to get a good angle at the, yeah, as you can see, that is a vane type fan. It is going to help you with the expulsion or exhausts. So that does work out. I'm going to include a few screenshots of my stuff, which I believe works perfectly on this one. I normally have at idle about 75 degrees at my CPU. And after I use this one, well, you can see the results for yourself. So hey guys, now I just want to show you guys a screen cap of what is happening with my computer. Now I have everything opened up. Here is the work or task which I'm doing right now. So it is now encoding a video which I have, which is about a 10-minute video. It's encoding it to MP4 from M2TS, I believe. So I'm using Sony Play Memories application to do that. So the temperature right now, it's at about 89-90 degrees Celsius. That is the temperature right now when it's been running for about 10 minutes now. So that is the temperature it's at, and I will show you guys what the temperature is after I turn my Tarkan vacuum cooler on. Right now it's not on, as you can see. If you can hear that, that is the fan. I have just started the fan, and I will share with you the temperature I get with the Tarkan on. So let's hope for the best. So guys, I am back, and this is what I am doing. Still encoding. Previously it was at about 27%. right now. After a while, these are the temperature I'm getting right now. Now, in the meantime, it did go up to 99 degrees Celsius. As you can see, it is real true that the temperature does go up to 99. When I made the video, it was only about 85, 87, 89%, 90% maybe. But after running the fan for some time, these are the temperatures I have. So it's about 80%, 83 on the package, and about 79, 78 on the lowest core. So does it make sense? Does it really give you better temperature? Yes, in my opinion, and for my particular case scenario, you can see 99% of temperature increase is just too much for any device. It shouldn't be there. But as you can see, 80% is still not the best thing you can do. But you can see my CPU usage is full, that is 100%, and that is how it is. Full load, the temperatures are at 80%, which is normal, which is not an absurdly huge amount of temperature. So I really do like that. Now, just for show, I am going to show you guys the GPU temperature, which are about 78%. It didn't really change. I will show you guys my previous results. The first time I was using this cooler, I did make a little bit of flowchart. So as you can see, this is the idle temperature which I was experiencing. Without the cooler, it was 70 degrees. The GPU was 65. With the cooler, the idle temperature was 60 and the GPU temperature was 55. So this is a ballpark reading. I didn't really take the average of all the things, but this was the score which I received with that. Now, when editing, the temperature reached about 92 without the cooler, and 70 with the cooler, and that is a major improvement. Now, I've only let this sink in for some time now, so you will see better results over time. Maybe by the time this becomes 100%, you will see a lot better scores, maybe 75, probably because it has already been only going down. It didn't creep up at any time, so that's something there. GPU temperature also was 75 without the cooler, and with the cooler I got about 65, something like that. So GPU is less impacted in the temperature department with this cooler, but CPU temperatures, I'm really impressed with it. I mean, 92 to 70 is really cool. Now, I didn't do any gaming benchmarks, but I don't think the gamings will be more CPU intensive than encoding with Adobe. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the screen cap and the proof of what happened here. So hopefully that does work out. So here is the knob which is used for controlling the fan speed. It does have an off position also, so you can leave your power plugged in to your USB hub and just not worry about it. You can do that and it will still function. The problem is the knob sometimes does not work. I mean, it just stops working all of a sudden, and that happens sometimes. It's just not very cohesive, I believe. So that's just the way it is. So yeah, from what I've shown you guys, I probably have inserted a few screenshots, a few screen caps of how the temperatures are, and I feel that should be it about this device. Is it worth it? For me, yes, it is worth it. I mean, I've frequently gotten, when encoding using Sony Media, I frequently got temperatures of 102 degrees Celsius whenever I was encoding without this one. And with this, it's about 85. So that is a big step. That's 15 degrees of difference, which is phenomenal for me, because 100 degrees for a CPU when under load is not very ideal. It's going to reduce your life. It's going to make everything slower. It's going to underclock, and generally it's going to be really hot. It's really hot to the touch. I can't type on the keyboard with that kind of temperature. So that's just how it is. I'm really happy about this product, and I feel there are modes of improvement, and that's just the way it is. The silencing design, it has a foam inside. It gets much more hotter, and with the silencing tube, it just isn't that performance heavy. That does cause a little bit of issues, so I'm not entirely a big fan of this thing. The sound can get quite high at the highest RPM, but Honestly, if you have been living with a desktop PC, which is not a silent one, of course, you will be able to forgive that, and you won't be using this all the time. I personally don't use it when it's idle. I only use it when I have gaming or other intensive loads on it. Probably you guys saw that. So yeah, I guess that much is it about the Tarkan vacuum cooler for a PC. So hope you guys like the video. Please share, subscribe, and like the video if you found it useful. See you guys next time. Bye.